my number one study hack for SAT is to go and watch this one video. I'm actually going to get you the name of the person, exactly the video you need to watch to improve your score by 100 points by watching, like, literally it'll take you an hour and a half. The guy's name is, do you need me to do something? Do you need like some, I don't know what I can do.
I need you to like punch a hole through your screen.
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right. Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to Teen Finance. Today we are joined by a very special guest and an old friend, Iman. It's a great reunion, and we have a pretty solid episode planned for you today.
Iman, is your last name Moshari? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, it's Moshari. Yeah.
Moshari.
I just have people call me man. You know, you can just call me man.
Man?
Man.
Sure.
Man?
Yeah.
I man.
I am man. It's like
I'm the man,
but man.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Iman here. Homie from middle school who, unfortunately, we had Maseo and I had to part ways with when we went to different high schools. Honestly, one of the sadder days of my life. The thing is, like, everyone remembers Iman because he was such a person at New Brighton, such a personality to have around. Yeah, man, the community isn't the same without you, man. We miss you over at SoCal. All
thank you so much.
The people and stuff. I mean, wait, did you go? You didn't go to like elementary school with us and stuff, right? It was only like
no
7th grade is when you 6th.
Yeah, 7th grade. Yeah, I came over 7th. But I loved it. I love being with you guys. You know, I wish I could have stayed longer, but
maybe you could.
You know.
What if I told you that we could bring you over to SoCal?
Oh, okay.
Nah, you should pull up. You know what you should do? This is actually what I want to do with, like, you remember Benson, right? Benson Young?
Yeah.
He went to PCS. Our plan, we're gonna get him to like come. We're gonna say that he's seriously interested in transferring to SoCal High just so he can shadow us for a day and mess around. And I think
you can do that. Really?
Okay. Yeah, you can just, as long as they don't think you're just like lying completely. You just have to like act like you're genuinely interested in transferring and give a good reason, and then they're like, sure, you can shadow.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm afraid of life at Aptos.
Yeah, exactly. You can, and they're like, oh yeah, SoCal's great, come over. Actually, it shouldn't be that difficult cross district, I don't think, but
no, I don't think it is.
Yeah, Iman, it's good to have a reunion with you. We got an exciting episode planned out. This is kind of a little bit of a college episode because Iman here, a little bit of an expert at getting accepted into certain programs and stuff like that. I'm going to flex for him. Iman recently just got accepted into Stanford's summer medical program and one at Johns Hopkins, right?
Yep.
So,
thank you.
Bro here has started multiple nonprofits. We had this episode with Morty. I don't even know how many weeks ago was that? I'm gonna say like months at this point.
No, it was months now. Yeah.
Okay, it was months now. That's crazy. Where Morty was really talking about how if you want to get into these top schools, you need to do something special. And this is the episode where we're gonna give specific examples of that, basically, with our little role model here. I can't even speak. It's too late, man. It's like 10 o'clock. I think there's actually like, I do better at 1 a.m. than I do at 10 o'clock when we're recording these pods. Iman thought it was late. He was texting me. He's like, I get home from my game at like 8:45. Is that too late for you guys? And I'm like, homie doesn't even know, bro.
I was like, you know what? These kids might actually be good. You know, they might be going to bed at 9. You know, I just want to be nice.
Sleep. That does not happen, dude.
We're taking AP Physics.
Oh no! All you had to say. That's all you had to say.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Iman, I want to talk about you a little bit to start. You are a guest on the podcast. Let's tell us about the nonprofits that you started. We can start. Let's go in chronological order, starting from Victory Veggies was your first one, right?
Yeah. So Victory Veggies was a nonprofit that I didn't exactly start, but I maintained and pretty much led for the duration of the nonprofit. Back during COVID, I had a neighbor and I reached out who was leading a nonprofit where we would receive produce from the community and give it back to people who couldn't afford it. I reached out and I said, I want to contribute. And take note, because that's the first step in everything.
Yes, sir.
In everything college. And due to some circumstances, she had to leave, and I took control of this nonprofit. We raised over 1,500 pounds of produce for families who couldn't afford it. And the nonprofit ended shortly in the summer of 2021, just because it's a COVID-19 relief nonprofit.
Yeah.
Lately, though, and I'm excited to tell you about this, I started a new nonprofit called Bikes for All. Essentially,
Dude, Iman, no, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to cut you off. We need to get you. You know Nate Perry. Do you bike with him still?
No, I don't. We're gonna set something up soon.
You guys need to link. I'm telling you right now. You guys are. you guys are made for each other. You're a dream couple, dude.
I know, because like, look at this. Right now, I'm about to lift something up. There's one bike. Okay.
Oh my god.
And then, give me a second here. There's another bike right there.
Do you road bike?
With my bike. Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. Nate only road bike. Bro does not mountain bike at all. But
No, he has a gravel bike that he takes on mountain biking trails.
Yeah, but Nate's a beast. Nate's
He's a beast. It doesn't matter.
He sends he will send mountain biking if you ask him to. I guarantee it. Okay, sorry, I cut you off. Back to your nonprofit.
Where was I? Okay, Bikes for All. Yeah. So what I saw in the community was a lack of, transportation. I'm sure you guys have your licenses by now, right?
Yeah, but I can agree that the options suck in where we live. Like,
it sucks, and especially with traffic in where we live, it's horrible. And I prefer to bike whenever I can, but I heard that people haven't been able to get access to bikes, and because I'm involved in the bike industry so much, I know that bike prices have skyrocketed. A bike that was $2,000 before COVID-19 is $4,000 now for the same parts.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do when people who are making minimum wage every month and want to just get a bike to commute to work because they can't afford a car and biking is their last option, and they can't get a bike because it's too expensive? Biking should be made available to everyone. So I started this nonprofit with that in mind, and I got some ideas together, and eventually I created a plan. We would get bikes from the community, we, as in Bikes for All, we'd repair them, and then give them out to whoever needs it. Now, what makes the nonprofit special is the whole process, because we use the community in order to get what we want. We need people to repair bikes, and who better to do that than the community? Who better to do that than high schoolers? High schoolers who need community service hours.
Yes, sir.
When they need community service hours, they can come up to our organization and just ask for it, and they learn how to fix a bike and also help us fix bikes, help us diagnose, help us transport bikes to homes and storage them. And so that's essentially my nonprofit, and it's 4 months going strong.
I love it, Iman, and I think I love your formula for these nonprofits on making them community driven, and how, I mean, because I see that similarity between Victory Veggies and Bikes for All, how it relies on the community to help the community, and I think using that just altogether creates a stronger community in general. So you're really just like strengthening these relationships between people. I love it.
It's all about community.
Yeah.
And hey, colleges love community.
Exactly. That's tip number 1. Chapter 1, community.
Community.
Seriously, like, I get that the inclination for, like, to take these steps towards getting everyone bikes, because it really, our transportation options, not just where we live, but in most of the United States, it's pretty rough after like traveling to different countries. And I mean, I guess like more places that just like actually have like robust public transportation, it's a night and day difference with where we live. So I love that you started this. I also think that the motivation for high school students to want to join this, to get the community service hours, is a great like way to get them involved. Because like, I mean, dude, I need community service hours. I need like 4 more or something. So I think this is something that is gonna work. You said you've had success already for the past 4 months. I think you're gonna keep going
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we will too.
So I think you need to get on this too, bro. You need to
I
go
know,
help
I
your
do.
mom repair some bikes, dude. You
Some
Yeah.
great
Maseo
stuff.
mountain bikes a bit.
Yeah. Well, I used to a lot. I'm
Get
probably
back
gonna
out,
sell my bike
Iman.
now.
You need to get him
but-
back out on the trails, dude.
That's
That's
like
true,
a
you gotta bring me
sin
out there.
to stop biking. Come on, you got to get.
I
back out.
know. It got so expensive. I kept breaking
Now
stuff.
Maseo just drives his car around everywhere, dude. What the heck?
Right, and I just drive. What's wrong with me?
You polluter.
He got
Unbelievable.
rear-ended
know.
today though. So
I did.
So while
I
his
did.
car is getting fixed, the bike
I guess I'll
may
be
coming
biking.
back out. That actually just happened today. Like
Seriously,
5
a couple hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me guess, another high schooler.
No, it was actually like a 40-year-old lady in a big truck, just
Oh,
hit me.
We were
Going,
talking
Mach
about this.
10. It's very impressive.
Maceo's about to run his insurance so much.
oh no.
Oh yeah, I'm getting
You
everything
better.
fixed. All of it is getting fixed.
All of his whole
Yeah.
car is getting fixed, bro.
Nothing that was broken is staying broken.
Dude, fakelawyer.com about to clutch up. That was one of the
I
business
need-
ideas we said in the
I need
last
I need
episode.
Saul Goodman right now.
Fake lawyer, bro. Yeah. So, Iman, I'm very inspired by your nonprofit efforts. I want to help. I want to go fix bikes now, man. And I think that there are so many people in that just like have bikes from when they were like 10 laying around in their house. So you're gonna get. I think you're gonna continue to get a steady supply.
Yeah, and what you said is exactly what's happening, and it's how we're getting bikes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're trying to integrate ourselves into the local government as well. So we have national parks around us.
Yeah.
And people tend to leave bikes surprisingly at these national parks.
I believe
And so this is actually where my whole idea started from. I had a friend, someone I knew who was a national parks ranger, and they said that in a 3-month span, the parks would accumulate around 50 bikes.
Mhm.
At the end of those 3 months, when those bikes go unclaimed, every single one of them is taken to the dump and recycled. And those are bikes that are good and can be
Yeah.
used.
It's really
That's-
like you're in a different sense, you're like also doing something to counter overconsumption and just like take these bikes that are otherwise, I mean, like you said, they're just gonna end up in the landfill and not reusing them. It's not recycling. You reuse them, you make them better, and then you send them off to people who need them.
Yeah.
It seems like such an obvious thing to do, and I'm glad that you're doing it. Because now that you say it, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. And I think, anybody who's listening to this can also find something in their community that's missing, whether it be school supplies, health supplies or things like that. When there's a need, there's a way you can find it. Because when
Yeah.
there's a need for something is being produced for that need. And you can
So-
find a way to get it no matter what.
That's the first main point that we want to make. So the theme of this episode, it's like the college episode. What just happened? Sorry, I'm like dying from my cough. College admissions just came out for the class of 2027, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, class of
Most of
2027.
Yeah.
So this year is a bloodbath. It was actually pretty bad. From like most of the people I know who got into top schools were recruited athletes. Besides that, I heard UC acceptance rates are like down a lot. Private schools, I don't even know if they're going to disclose that and if they are, like when. But basically, in a world where standardized test scores are not even considered at a lot of schools, and everyone and their mom has a 4.0 GPA, you need to find other ways to stand out. And I think starting a nonprofit is a great first one to add to this list, because it really, it shows like the ability to take initiative outside of school, which is something that these colleges are like definitely looking at. And two, it shows, like we said, involvement in your community, which is huge because colleges want to find people that are going to be a part of the community when they get on campus. So moving on from the nonprofits, let's jump into some other ideas on how to stand out and get into colleges. One of them I think is like go ahead and start. It doesn't need to be a nonprofit. You can start a for-profit business, and I think we see this more and more now with people using like social media to advertise their businesses. So I don't know if it's just my For You page, but do you guys get like the teen businesses like ads slash marketing on your TikTok For You page? Like not paid ads, like just like them. I don't know if you're like Iman. I'm sure you're like a good kid who doesn't have like hours and hours spent on TikTok. Maseo and I are both like recovering addicts, but
And
like Maseo, do you get these? You know what I mean, right? Like,
no, wait,
no
what?
way you don't know what I
No,
mean.
wait, no, wait, sorry. No,
Okay, rewind.
what do you mean? Like build on it more. Like you said, a teenage, like teen.
Hi, my name is insert like generic teen name, and this is my brand. And then they show off like all their like it's usually a clothing brand, like 90% of the time.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
I know
the,
what you're
the
talking
kid
about.
who started a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And they are like one of them is like the kid with the surfing brands like I'm gonna find it. I it's like surf something, but this
Uh-huh.
kid started like a surfing apparel brand. His stuff is like permeating my For You page, dude. It's crazy. um and I think that TikTok is like basically like your free ad spend these days is like social media. And I think that makes it a lot more accessible. And I think now like it's also more accessible to teens because you can just start a business online and like run it completely remote. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, now that I think about it, I know what you're talking about. But also, like, advertising on TikTok is so huge. It's not that expensive to run an ad on TikTok. 'Cause I was looking at it. It's like to
Yeah.
run to, like, and, like, you can run to such a specific group, too. 'Cause TikTok knows, like, everything about what makes you happy. And so they'll pump it exactly to you right away.
Yeah. It's definitely getting more saturated. This was easier to do like 6 months
Yeah.
ago, a year ago. I don't know. But I think it's definitely still possible to like I mean, also like the drop shippers on TikTok. All like remember when the pocket staff thing was like huge on TikTok?
Yeah.
So cool.
And the balls that you throw on the ceiling and they fall back down to you.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those? And the drones that you can like throw out. It's like a
Oh, yeah,
boomerang.
and they come back to you.
You
I
know
had one when I
exactly
was,
what
like,
I'm talking
4.
about. Maseo, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially
No,
like any.
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Those are all just drop shippers using TikTok to advertise for free. It used to be that you'd have to run like $2,000 worth of Facebook ads to like get any traction, but now it's more accessible. And I think to colleges, dude, I literally Iman before this, I swear, Maseo watched me take 2 of these pills, dude, because I'm coughing like crazy. I've had this for the past like 2 weeks or something. I don't even know what's up.
Jeez.
And it's
Is it
not
allergies or
COVID,
is it
dude. I
sickness?
tested like 3 times, so I don't, bro. I think I'm just dying. I think
Dying. Hey, you
You
can
think
use
so?
that in your college essay.
like my trauma,
Exactly.
Yeah.
the
How I
2
nearly
weeks
died at
then when I thought
17.
that I was dying, my chronic cough. No, Iman, after you get back from your Stanford medical program, can you like fix me, please, or something?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be a
Thank you.
doctor then. You know.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we'll slice you open.
Dr. Iman Moshari is gonna fix me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, start a business. That's a great way to stand out.
Podcast.
As long as it's not a finance podcast, we're chill with it. If you try to compete against us, though, you will crush you into the ground. We'll get your head, and it's like, no, I'm kidding.
We'll
So
colonize you.
start a business of some sort. I think that's huge because it shows leadership, it shows initiative, and if it's a nonprofit like Iman's things are, it shows that you're very involved with your community.
Absolutely.
Moving on, actually, I have another big one. I'm going to save it for a future episode that is more based. I don't want to leak it. It's based off of books. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else. You guys have to wait.
I think I know where you go with that.
But yeah. That's starting business. One of the best things to do. Another way to stand out is SAT. Still, if you are going to a private school, like they'll take your scores. So it's worth your time to get a good SAT score. And I'm about to pop out the ultimate study hack. All right. So I think I took like the PSAT 9. Wait, did we? No, the PSAT 10 was the first one we
10.
took. 10.
I didn't
We
take
took
it, but yeah, the first one was 10. Yeah.
I did like all right for my first time without studying.
You
I
only
think
got like a 1480.
Huh?
You only got like a 1480, right?
No, the first one I got, I was out of. Wait, I don't even. I think the PSAT is out of like 1520 or
60.
something.
I think it's 1560.
1560.
Yeah.
I want to get this right.
Maybe that was
What
was PSAT 9.
What is PSAT 10 out of? 1520 for PSAT 10.
Oh, okay.
I think. What is PSAT 11 out of? I think. Yeah, 50. Okay, so 9 and not 10 and 11 are both out of 1520. 9 might be higher.
Okay.
But I think on 10 I got like 1310, and then 11 I jumped a lot because I did one study hack that helped, that got me up to a 1420 on 11, which is like a 1420 is like a pretty good SAT score, but on a PSAT that's out of less, it's like slightly adjusted. And I just took another one like a week ago, or no, 5 days ago on the 25th, because it got like postponed. So I want to know what I got on that. That's like a real SAT. But my number one study hack for SAT is to go and watch this one video. I'm actually going to get you the name of the person, exactly the video you need to watch to improve your score by 100 points by watching, like, literally it'll take you an hour and a half. The guy's name is Steve Crow. Steve Crow has like 4 videos posted where all he does is walk through an SAT math section, and he will show you how to do every type of problem. And this guy has the most like ASMR voice ever. Like Maseo and I, we sound like bad. Maseo actually has a good mic voice. My voice sounds like peaky and like squeaky. This dude has the deepest voice you've ever heard, and it's like soothing. You can speed him up to 2 times, and bro's voice still sounds like he's like Morgan Freeman or something. Like, I don't know, bro. It's crazy. So
No, his voice is so smooth.
Huh? Yeah, Steve Crow is
His
the
voice
homie,
is so
bro.
good.
So you watch this video, just trust me. Go through every single one. You can do it at 2 times speed, because sometimes his voice is like so deep and smooth that it's actually kind of slow. So you can speed it up if you need to. Watch this. He will teach you. It's basically a math 2 review in like 2 hours, and you will improve your math score by like at least 100 points. I can almost guarantee that, because so much of the SAT is just like basic, like, oh, I remember it now, and now you can do that type of problem, you know? Like, it doesn't actually require much thinking. It's just like knowing this certain concept, and to get that, you can do it in 2 hours by watching Steve Crow's walkthroughs. That is my number one secret SAT study tip. Just one guy, one video, and you're done. That's my hack. Maseo, Iman, if you both should go watch Steve Crow. I'm telling you right now. If you
I might fall asleep, man.
Are you calling me dumb? Is that what you're implying?
What?
Are you calling me dumb? Is that
What was your? I'm just
okay.
saying, for me personally, my reading section score was better than my math until Steve Crow came in and changed my life. So I sound like someone who's like trying to advertise their you know those like comment sections where it's like, this crypto trader lady saved my life. Have you seen those? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It sounds like, but no, Steve Crow, bro's the homie. and he does have a very good mic voice. So
His southern accent's so funny.
yeah, I know. It's like a
I
weird
didn't notice it
Southern
the first
accent,
time.
though.
I
It's
just
like,
noticed it now when I clicked on it again.
yeah,
It's like his voice is too deep to hear the southern accent.
yeah, it almost is. All right, Iman, do you have any other like general ideas on like ways to get into school? I mean, I feel like the bare minimum if you want to get into like a top 20 or something is like straight A's and like
Yeah,
relatively challenging coursework.
yeah. I would say if you don't have straight A's and you're not already taking a couple APs, then stop listening to this right now because I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. You're not getting in. I'm sorry. You're just your viewership just went down, but you're not getting
Well, don't
into a
disrespect the
T20.
viewers.
Okay,
You're not getting.
I think one or two Bs might be clutchable if they're
Yes.
early on in your high school career and you showed improvement,
No, that's 100% correct.
right? Like
Yeah.
if you have a B in the middle of your like at the end of the second semester of your sophomore year, you're like basically effed. If you have more than one B, let's say, or something like that, because you just can't show that you once had A's and then you fell off to B's. You know, that's what they don't want to see. But if you show like improvement, I think that's fine. Like most of the time, I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, it's all about taking initiative. If you started with a couple B's and you're now a good A student, yeah, you have a great shot. But you also have to take into consideration that there's hundreds of thousands of students applying to colleges every single year,
Yeah,
and you have to stand out some way. And you guys talk about starting a business all the time, which is great because not everyone starts a business.
yeah,
And you've got to stand out some way. Nonprofit, you've got to stand out some way. You have to have that wow factor. Because how are you going to compete with a person who has a 1500 SAT score and straight A's? You have a 1500 SAT score and straight A's, but they were homeless when they were younger. How are you
exactly.
going to compete with that? You need a wow factor.
I literally see on TikTok people complaining about not getting into schools, and they're like, I have a 4.0 GPA, and I took 5 AP classes, and I got a 1400 SAT. It's like you look like everyone else, dude. Like you need to have some sort of standout. This is what makes me exceptionally cool, or like exceptionally unique. You know, because
Exactly.
colleges don't need another 4.0 student because they have an infinite pool of them. Colleges don't even
Yeah.
need like I'm about to bash on myself. They don't need another like class president, ASB president. They don't. There's 15,000 valedictorians a year. Like it seriously means nothing. Like those basic things. That is the base that you then need to build onto, and you need to do that in some way that stands out in a way that doesn't like fake. You know, if it looks like you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, then they're gonna see right through it. If you're starting a bike nonprofit and you bike every single day like a mon, they're gonna know it's legit. You know, like there's also that difference like between people who just like start nonprofits for the sake of doing it and people that like start it with something like do what Iman did. If you love biking, go start a biking nonprofit. Please don't start like I don't know what's something random that's like
Aviation.
an aviation nonprofit or something completely unrelated. You know, so find something that you're interested. I guarantee you there are plenty of like opportunities and ideas that you can do for any interest you have. And if you are really interested in it, I'm sure you know them too if you dig a little bit. So, yeah, that's my spiel. Go do
Yeah.
something cool, man.
Exactly. And for those who are like stuck, if you're into gaming, start a nonprofit for gaming, for kids who can't afford to game. Get them
Games.
access to it.
Iman, I'm trying to come up with a good name here. You're good at this. Victory Veggies, Bikes for All.
Gamings are us. I don't know.
Games are us, guys. So yeah, find a way to make it happen. just like seriously have that dog in you that like motivates you to go and start something cool, because getting into a top 20 is difficult. And this is actually like slightly a perfect segue. I don't, Iman, do you have anything else you want to say on this, like how to get into college specifically?
I want to see the segue. That's
Okay.
it.
Getting into top 20 schools is very difficult. But I'm about to make a big claim, all right? I think that going to a top, like you should not go pay for a private school tuition unless it is a top 20 university. That is my lukewarm take. I don't know if it's a hot take. It might just be like a we threw it in the microwave for 15 seconds take, but I truly believe that it is not worth going and paying private school tuition unless you are going to a top 20 university. And then the other schools that are worth it are community college and your state schools, your good state schools. I think that's it. All the other like a private school that has like a 40% acceptance rate and costs like $60K a year, that's not worth it at all. I think that like and also I think another hot take, major doesn't matter if you go to a top 20. I just said it again. I'll elaborate. All right. One, the top 20 thing, if you spend like $120,000 in debt, what's the average? Is it 100K? Is it less than that? Average college debt for people?
I think it's 100K.
It's like 100K.
It's growing.
Spending 100K, going $100,000 into debt for a private university that is in the top 20, 100% worth it. Not a top 20 school, not worth it. Here's why. If you go to a top 20 school, there will be companies there ready to recruit you. You can literally go sell out to a corporate for like 5 years, pay off your college debt, and then go do whatever you want with this degree from a top 20 university. They simply do not have those big companies going and recruiting from smaller schools. State schools, why they're worth it? Because they don't cost $60,000 a year in tuition. They cost like $14K in tuition. And if you're in state, then you're gonna you get those benefits. Going to a out of state in-state school, like if you're going to a state school but you're not from that state, 100% not worth it, because all of a sudden you're paying $60K for like an education that, depending on the state school, could be good, but just go to the state school in your state, for crying out loud. If you live in California and you go drop $50K on UW, is that what it's called?
I think so.
What's the really pretty one in Washington that has the purple one? It's UW, right? Yeah. If you go drop $50K on UW, you're crazy. I'm saying it right now. If you go to is Hawaii,
Hawaii has a state school, yeah.
The state, yeah.
Yeah, what's the big school in Hawaii called?
Isn't just
I don't know.
At Manoa.
Isn't the University of Hawaii? I don't know.
University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Yeah.
It's like that's like University of Hawaii is like we have like University of California, but I think at Manoa is like the main one on in Honolulu. If you go there and you don't have, if you're like paying a full like 30K, that's kind of crazy too. So rule any private schools that aren't top 20, any state schools that you're not from that state. And then one more set that's worth it is community college, because it's free. Going to community. Okay. Let me get the cough out before I go crazy. People who go to community colleges where they don't live, I think is ridiculous. Okay? I don't like that I'm like bashing on people and their decisions. People in Santa Cruz who go to college at Santa Barbara Community College drive me crazy, dude. Because, do you know this? Is this a thing in Aptos?
I haven't heard it.
At SoCal, there's like a pipeline of kids that graduate from SoCal and then don't get into UCSB and then go to the community college in Santa Barbara. I think it
Seriously.
might just be a thing at our school, but there's literally a pipeline of these kids that goes and pays Isla Vista rent, which is like my sister goes to school at UCSB. I know how expensive it is. It's $10,000 to get like a house. My sister's paying $1,000 in rent, and she's living in a house with 10 other people. The rent there is crazy, and people like literally the community college is only worth it if you live with your parents. Like people who go and go to community college somewhere else, it drives me crazy, dude. I just don't get it. Like the whole point of CC is that you're like saving money, and you're not saving money if you move out. Is that on point, or am I like going crazy?
No.
No, that's not crazy. It's not crazy.
No, yeah.
It's like way more common than you think, though, with like high schoolers. Like, obviously, like a grown adult who's going to community college has like enough brain cells to like not do that, and they're gonna like live where their family is based and where they have like their kids or something like that. But for because they have to. I mean, there's no choice. But for high school students who go and like choose to like move somewhere else and go to the CC there, it's crazy. Yeah. I think college is only worth it if you go to one of those three categories: state schools, top 20s, community colleges where you live. The community college where you live. It's not community colleges. There should be one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's called community for a reason.
exactly. You know? It is called community college because it's supposed to be the college for that community. Yeah, I think dropping a bomb on like Chapman, dropping like 52K to like go to Chapman or something is like bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other schools like that, private schools like cost an arm and a leg. Yeah, that's my hot take. That's the rant I've been meaning to get out. Every time I agree with
pretty much what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I was being too mean there or like bashing too much or if I'm missing something, but am I? Am I missing something?
No,
not really. No,
because when you get to that T20 level, you're paying for the brand name.
Yeah, literally. Like you will just like people like if you go to a top 20 school, sure, not everyone there's a genius. And sure, you can go there are plenty of people who don't go to top 20s that are successful. But if you're applying to a job, if you're if the person the hiring manager sees Harvard, they're going to give you a shot, which is like so important, especially in today's job market where there's like plenty of competition. Because people can just like send in their CVs like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think like as you get to those T50s, T100s, everything just becomes a blur. It's you're just picking a college based on location ish, and like major, like what you were saying at that point, major doesn't matter.
I think major doesn't matter at all for T20s. Like people bash on the English major, and like you should only go to school if you're going for STEM. I do not think that is true at all anymore. It used to be like maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, you should probably go with the STEM major. Now, if you want to get hired at a big corporate company, they literally do not care. They want English majors over like CS majors because they want someone who's going to have like a unique perspective. They don't just want like a ton of computer science nerds, you know? They want to have diverse companies. So I think you can major in literally whatever you want.
Yeah, and at that it's somewhat unethical to say this, but go to college with the idea of getting an English major and then just switch your major up.
You can do that too. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like that I think that as people realize that you can kind of like get whatever major you want and still get like hired at most places, I think impacted majors will kind of chill out, hopefully. Because like certain majors, like if you want to go major in computer science, like good luck. If you want to major in like, I don't know, what are the other impacted majors? Is bio impacted? Amon, are you gonna apply pre-med?
Yeah.
So bioengineering has got to be impacted or stuff like that. I don't know.
Bioengineering, bioinformatics, which is like like computer-based biology or something. That's huge too.
yeah, so I mean, those majors are going to be impacted for some span of the foreseeable future, but go major in whatever interests you, because if you go to top 20, it does not matter. If you're not going to top 20, it does matter. So then go pick a major that'll actually get you an ROI. But yeah, top 20. If you're from Harvard, you're from Harvard. It doesn't matter. Um, so we hit everything. We hit why debt is worth it. Did I justify that? You can just pay off your debt very quickly. Like
Yeah.
you literally can go
Justified.
sell out, and then
Justified.
like, I mean, I don't know. Even like if you go to med school and spend like, I don't know, how much is medical school debt? Like 250K more, 500K.
400,000 usually.
How much?
So average is 400,000.
Good luck, Iman, but I know you'll pay it off quick because, hey, dude, literally, like, you can go be a doctor, and because it's so in demand in the States and the healthcare industry is like that, you can go get paid like, I don't know.
The big bucks.
You
I
can go
know.
get paid like $1 million for being a family doctor if you like move out to like some place that's in demand. So,
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
and
willing,
the places that are in demand are the Midwest states,
yeah,
which is
exactly.
it's crazy to think about. But doctors in California get paid on average less than the national average, and doctors in like Wisconsin get paid the big bucks.
Literally, go like, I think I was watching like was it Dave Ramsey? I don't know. I don't even like Dave Ramsey, but I was like watching one of his videos on like someone called in and they're like a doctor and they had a job offer. They could like either move somewhere for like 3 years or something and go get paid like $1.2 million a year, something crazy like that. Or they could like stay where they were and make like 300K. Like, I don't know. It's like, bro, you're stupid. Go take the 1.2 mil. If you
Exactly.
go, like, doctors in rural areas have Maseo just like lagged out or something. Doctors in rural areas have huge salaries because there are not enough doctors there. Like, there's just a
Yeah.
shortage. If you
Yeah.
go to like a city, there are plenty of doctors, but where there are like very few hospitals, it actually like it seriously like makes sense to go do that. Iman, I think you should go do that. I think it's your
Yeah,
shot, dude.
I'm kind of laughing right now because I can hear you holding in your coughs.
It's really bad, dude. Like,
No,
Iman,
but
I need you to fix me. I'm dying. Talk
yeah,
for a second.
okay.
Dude, I'm
All right, you know what? This is my podcast
Cough
now.
drops. I'm about to like pop these like they're no tomorrow, dude. Talk, speak.
Okay, yeah. So on your whole Midwest thing, yeah, I agree. And the benefit of going out to a place that no one really goes to is that you get the experience. And now that you have a crazy salary established, you can go back to places like California, New York, Florida, and be like, hey, this is what they were paying me. This is
Yeah,
what I'm worth. And this is what I want.
that is so true. I didn't even think about that. You can use it to negotiate your salary. 100%.
Yeah.
Wait, that's such a hack. So you just go before you have a family, and before you like for like 3 years, sacrifice 3 years in your 20, or I guess, how old are you when you get out of med school?
Out of med school, ooh, like late 28.
28. Yeah, because you're 18 plus 10.
And then you have,
Yeah,
well, then you
28.
have 4 years of
3
residency.
Okay,
So like 32.
32. Okay. Let's say when you're 32 to 35, how long do you think you need to live in the Midwest? 3 years? 2 years? 1 year?
Maybe a little longer than 1 year.
Okay. We'll say from when you are 32 to 34, go live out in the Midwest in some like rural community. Go be like the one doctor they have there in like something very special. Like, I mean, you have to have like, and do you pick your specialty when you're in residency, or is it when you're in
No,
your?
that's before you get matched into a
Okay.
specialty. Yeah.
So go specialize in something that is like in demand, yet they're like it's something that's unique but not too unique to the point where like you don't need them anymore. Um, and then go live in like some rural area where you can get paid millions of dollars, get that bag, move back to the city, say this is how much I got paid at my previous places, and because like I mean it's private industry, is it not? Like are doctors' salaries like regulated crazy, or do you know?
No,
I I
no,
don't think it is. So you can like
no.
negotiate your salary and go get paid like a bag.
Yeah. Yeah. And even like you don't have to be like, oh, I got paid this much. You're probably going to get offered a crazy amount again by that same,
Yeah,
clinic, hospital in the Midwest. And you can be like, this is how much they're willing to pay me. How much are you willing to pay me?
yeah.
Can you match that?
I didn't even think about like I did not even think about the health industry like this, because like this is like what people do in the tech industry and stuff. When you go and like go into software engineering or something, people are job hopping back and forth using their like offers to say this is what I'm worth, stuff like that. Um, but you can do that in like literally any private industry, which includes in the United States healthcare. Obviously, this is not the reality in other countries, but I mean, if you want to like private healthcare is like one thing completely, but if you are going to be the one who's getting the long end of is the long end of the stick is saying, or am I making that up? Because
Is
short
that
end
the
of the
good
stick
part
is
or the bad part? No,
the
the
short
short
end
end
of the
is
stick
the
is the bad
bad.
part. So if you're
Yeah,
gonna be the
yeah,
person getting the long end of the
yeah.
stick, i.e. a doctor, that's
Yeah.
how you do it. That's how you really like take advantage of it if you want to. I mean, I don't even think you're like exploiting the people. I think you're just like yoinking money out of these like big healthcare corporations.
No,
So I think
yeah,
it's
and
fine.
I mean, no, because you're having a wow factor again. It ties back to that wow factor for
Yeah.
colleges. There's gonna be, albeit not a lot of doctors, but still a ton
Hmm.
who are gonna all want to go to California, the
Yeah.
T20, and how are you gonna be different? You've achieved so much already. You've just got to have that wow factor again.
Maybe I'm gonna have a career change. Maybe I'm gonna be a doctor in the Midwest after this. Screw
Join
everything
me,
else.
join me.
To join the dark side.
I
um.
know.
So yeah, I think you have to do that, Iman. I'm gonna hold you to this. I'm gonna call you in like 10, 20, 15 years ish.
15 years, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 15 years, because that's when we'll be out of residency. Say, yo, Iman, you better have the job hooked up in Ohio, bro, or
Yeah.
Wisconsin in a corn. You better be like doing, you better be doctoring, saving lives in a cornfield in
I know.
Wisconsin,
I
or else you're
know.
not doing it right. Um, yeah. So moving on. Um, do we miss anything on school I mean, we totally jumped into like career and that kind of stuff too. But
Yeah. I don't think so. You have anything to add?
I think we hit most of it. Go be a dog. Have that dog in you. You have to
Yeah,
have that.
be motivated.
You
Know
gotta have
what
that
you
mindset,
just
right?
do it.
I think that's like I mean, you don't you can you don't have to be a dog to succeed. You can totally do it without that like crazy
Yeah. Yeah.
mindset. But trust me, it helps. Um, just like I mean, when you see like very successful people, almost all of them have like that special charismatic ambition, you know?
Yeah.
Like what are the most like I feel like very strong charisma and ambition are like the most common traits among people that go and like succeed along with just like straight up competency. You know what, Iman? I'm gonna get your take on something.
Okay.
We wrote do you do time rights at your school?
Oh my god, I just had one today.
Yeah, we had one today too. You're in AP Lang, yeah?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Our prompt today, we did an argument timed, right? All right. Do you guys do like
Oh.
the same thing, like argument,
We
rhetorical
had a
analysis, and synthesis?
argument yesterday and then a rhetorical the day before that and then a rhetorical today.
How many time rates do you do, homie?
We've done 5 in the last week.
What? We do like 15 in the year or 16.
Seriously, we've done a minimum of like 20.
Like
so
full
far.
on like 40-minute timed writes, or like
Yeah.
wait, how long did I say? Did I say 20 minutes?
You said 40 minutes.
40. That's how they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we do like other like, quick writes that are like 8 minutes, but all of these are like full on 40-minute time
No,
writes.
we've never done an 8-minute
Oh my
write
gosh.
or anything like that. Yeah.
So yeah, our prompt. Maybe you've had this prompt, but our prompt was like in like basic terms is to what extent is like the ability of the skill of being able to like fake it till you make it like the most important skill in succeeding. Like what are your thoughts on that? It was like that's basically, if I remember correctly, it's basically what the prompt said. It was like, to what extent is being able to kind of like just tell a story, deceive a little bit, that kind of stuff, like the most important trait to have.
I feel like we've had that prompt, but if I wrote about it, I'd completely agree because
Yeah, same.
hey, I have a couple of B's. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't have the best SAT score. I hope it's gonna
Doesn't
get
matter,
better.
bro.
It doesn't
If you
matter
have that
because
dog in you, no one's gonna
Exactly.
know that you're gonna sneak it through, dude. I'm telling you right now, like the ability to like hype yourself up can get you so far.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah, and it's just like, just fake it. You know, I'm not going to the Stanford summer program because it's $25,000. I can't afford
Yeah.
that. But I'm gonna tell people that I got accepted into a Stanford program.
Exactly, dude. This episode came full circle, dude. I love it. I love it.
Exactly. You know, and I'm gonna tell people I got into that program, and they're gonna think hopefully highly of me. And
Exactly.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep
dude.
rolling on that.
I think you need to be able to sell yourself, and you don't need to lie, but you can embellish a little bit. That's totally
Yeah.
fine. Everyone does it, especially embellish on your college applications. Please,
Oh boy.
dude. Like
Oh,
please
boy.
embellish on your college application, because if you don't lie. Don't lie, because then you can get chapped. Embellish. They're two completely different things.
You can't be honest. You honestly can't.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be like straight up and honest, you're gonna sound like lame compared, because everyone is embellishing.
Yeah. If you're not
No.
like, if you're like, oh, I got into this, but I didn't go, that's going to sound a lot worse than, oh, I got into this highly
Yeah.
selective.
What
thing.
would you think of Iman if right when we started this podcast, we said Iman got accepted into a Stanford summer program, but he's not going because it's too expensive. Versus here we have Iman Moshari, who got accepted into Stanford's summer health program, and Johns Hopkins. Like, you notice that change, bro? And like
Exactly.
perception. So yeah, like straight up, it was a good prompt. It made me think a little bit.
Yeah.
I think yeah, I think I'm about to bring out some science. All right.
Oof, I'm ready.
I think faking it till you make it and / manifesting is real, because in this book I read, have you read Atomic Habits by James Clear?
I have not.
You should read it. It's a good book.
Okay.
He dives into identity-based habits, and basically what he's saying is that like the strongest habits are ones that are tied to your identity. And
Mm-hmm.
what that means is that people tend to work extremely hard to maintain their identities, to maintain the things that are tied to them. So like for me, I'm known for being a good student. I will spend an all-nighter cranking out my homework and stuff like that to try to maintain that identity. That's where you have like that internal drive, you know? And I think if you fake it until you make it and you get an identity attached to you, all of a sudden you'll start doing the hard work that people who aren't faking it to that point are doing, until you kind of just like end up there. And in a way, this is why I think manifesting is also, this is like,
it's
manifesting.
huge.
People make it sound like it's magical. It's not magical. What you're doing is you are building an identity, which is like saying like, you know, like when you're manifesting, you say like, oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then because you're building that identity, you're going to do the things to back it up. and that's what's going to make it happen, right?
Yeah. 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 Because if I go into a project thinking I'm a Harvard student compared
Yeah,
to if I was thinking, oh, I'm a community college student, I'm gonna do what a Harvard student does,
exactly, dude.
and I'm gonna do every single part of that project perfectly.
You're going to
Whereas
have
if
that
I was
dog in
thinking,
you, dude.
yeah, if I was like in a community college, I'm like, okay, you know what, I can just let this go.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this part.
You got to hold yourself to like high standards, and you got to
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, I think that's like that's another secret for being able to just like do anything at a high level. Is you got to hold yourself to a high standard. It really starts with just like your expectations going into any project.
Yeah.
I think it's time. Did you bring a business idea? Did you cook anything?
I did. My mom was
Okay.
cooking today.
Okay. I think we hit enough on the college stuff. We talked for an hour about it. I feel like it's a healthy dose of college
Yeah.
content for anyone who wants to listen to the whole thing. Let's move into MINNOW TANK. I think Maseo, his power went out.
Oh no.
So, yeah. I
Is
don't
there a
know his
business idea there? I feel like there could be a business idea there. Power going out.
backup generator, solar,
Yeah, exactly.
battery, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Iman, I'll let you go.
Okay.
Is just one, or did you do multiple?
I have one.
Okay.
But
Let's
I
hear
feel
it.
like it's really good.
Okay.
Um,
I'm excited.
Okay, so I'm sure
Hold
you've.
on, no, let's pretend you're walking in the
Oh.
tank. Bum 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 bum. You have to say like, hello.
Hi, my
Hello.
name
Hi,
is.
sharks. My name.
Hi, Sharks. Hi, Sharks. My name is Iman Moshari. I would like to present my business idea. So, have you, a student, seen other students trying to become a tutor?
Yeah.
Like all the time, right?
Yeah. Every day, dude.
Well, what if I told you you could make money off of doing nothing?
Money off of nothing. Tell me how.
One word: broker.
Oh my gosh, he's a tutor broker, guys. Oh my.
Okay, no. This idea essentially, you're in today's society. So many people want to be the person who establishes their own business, who has their own connections.
Yeah.
But the most difficult part of it is building those connections, is finding a job. If you're the person in the middle who can connect two people, a client and a worker together, you can take a percentage of that.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that's like what Indeed does. I
Fiverr.
know Fiverr. Okay.
I think
I know.
and Upwork. Indeed is like the. I think Indeed is job postings. I'm pretty sure.
Don't they take a
Right?
percentage? I'm not sure.
I'm like. I'm 90% sure Indeed, at least their core business. Maybe they expand businesses.
Yeah.
I think their core business is hiring, but Fiverr and Upwork are like the freelancer things. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Yeah.
I think it's Fiverr and Upwork.
Yeah.
I
Everyone
think I
has
know
their
this because I think I
connections.
owned Fiverr stock at some point. Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing, the stock market. Oh boy. Yeah. So like, I know someone who is very close to me. What they decided to do was pretty much connect workers to elderly care.
Mm-hmm.
She had built connections to a lot of old folks at a retirement center, and she pretty much knew there was a lot of demand for people to work. And she said, "Okay, I'll connect you up with this person, but I take 50%, or not 50%, 50 cents per every hour that you work."
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of 1 month of someone working full time, that's like
That adds up.
$2,000.
Yeah.
That is a huge amount. And that's just one person. And you keep adding that up. And we know, like with tutors, there's a lot of people who are willing to work as a tutor. And there's a lot of kids who need tutoring. If you can be that middleman and be like, hey, I'm going to connect you up with this person, all I'm asking for is 50 cents per hour or a
Yeah.
dollar per hour of what you make.
Yeah.
And you keep doing that for more and more people, you're going to have your money working for you.
So it's a tutor marketplace app, question mark app, maybe.
It could be an app. It could be an app.
Okay. I like this because WAG. Have you heard of WAG?
I think so.
It's what you're saying for dog walkers. So if you can, it proves
Yeah.
it totally proves that Fiverr doesn't just like kill all of these markets. It proves that you can make a business that is focused on just one of these things, and in this case, tutors, and it can succeed because WAG is just dog. It's literally just like pet sitters and dog walkers and stuff, and like I think a ton of people do it because a ton of people need their dog walked, and you know what else people need is like a tutor. So I think you could totally do this. Like, thing is, it could be in person, it could be online. Like if you literally like with like Zoom calls and stuff. So yeah, I like it, Iman. That's a good idea.
Thank you. I'd like to hear yours though.
Okay,
I'd like to hear yours.
I've been cooking. All right. I've been cooking it up. All right.
Pop
This
another
is
pill. Get ready.
I know, right? So I'm not like through my entire thing. All right. It's a business idea, but it's also like not a business idea. You'll see. It's somewhere in between. I don't even know what it is. All right, so semi recently, maybe in like the past couple weeks, month or something, I don't even know. I watched the Grand Budapest Hotel. You know, the Wes Anderson movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched this movie. Great movie. You know, I watched it I didn't watch it for like the business or anything. I just watched it for my film nerd side. And yeah, great movie. Highly recommend. There's this one bit in it where homie who runs the Grand Budapest Hotel, he needs some help. So he rings up the Golden Keys. All right? So the Golden Keys is, I think I'm 90. Let me make sure I'm not messing this up because I'd be really bad if I was. Yeah, the Golden Keys concierge. So, I think let me see. Maybe that's what it's actually called, and it's called something different in Grand Budapest Hotel. Nope. Oh wait. It's not. The Golden Keys is what it's called in real life. In the movie,
Okay.
they basically like steal like the real life thing, and they call it the Society of the Crossed Keys. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it is like the secret society of hotel concierges. All right, and it exists in real life. It's called the Golden Keys in real life. And it's just like a secret society of these high level hotel concierge like services and stuff. And they operate in like a, we help each other out. It's basically just like a little secret society. Recently, I had the idea, partially inspired by this guy named Sam Parr, who I listened to his podcast, and his one of his new businesses is very closely related to what I'm about to pitch. But he started this thing called Hampton, and it's basically the Society of the Cross Keys, but for business executives. All right, so it's essentially like a secret society, for CEOs only. It's like you have to be a CEO, and
So
you
like,
have to be making like $3 million in revenue a year or something like that.
so
Or
it's like
have
Jeffrey Epstein.
but not Jeffrey Epstein because it's not that bad.
Okay.
So it's like basically like a group of CEOs who are all like not super rich, not Jeffrey Epstein rich, where like their problems are like going to his private island, but like they're like hustling, you know, they're still trying to like make their business grow, and they help each other out. Um, my I'll get to my idea now. Finally, after us giving all that preface, I think that there is a generation of the future leaders of the world, and I think we need to start this type of secret society for teenagers. All right, for teen business leaders, for the next generation of doctors who are going to go work in the mid in Ohio in a cornfield. Um, I think we need to have this type of thing for the next generation. Essentially, it's not really a business idea. I think like how other people do, so they charge like a membership fee. I don't even know if you need that. I think you just have to make it extremely exclusive. Like the rules to get in, or you have to have like be running a business that is like successful to some extent. You got to be like going to a top 20 school or something like that, and you basically start this like network, and slowly you have to slowly grow. You can't make it too big. You have to keep it exclusive. And at some point, if you want to turn this into a business, you charge a membership fee, and all of a sudden you're making a ton of money. That's my pitch. What do
Yeah.
you think, Iman?
No, I agree. I like your idea, but have you heard of like the National Scholars Society or something?
National Honor Society?
No, not honors. It's like scholars. It's this. I'm sure you've got the emails. They're like, "Oh, you've been selected to join our society."
So no, okay,
Pay.
that's like not the same thing. Like
Yeah,
like that's
No, I
that's
know,
like,
but I get the idea, and it's not exactly similar to that, but getting people to come in, creating that network, and then eventually, if you wanted to,
yeah.
start making a little money out of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of keeping it like way smaller than any of those I mean if you're getting basically like we wouldn't like send out an email to anyone.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it would be like
yeah.
like I'm thinking like you're adding like a, I don't know, couple members every like every however like every season or something, every like admit season, whatever. You can
yeah.
keep the acceptance rate at like 1% basically. And you really, it's like we're looking for like the people who have that wow factor, you know, in some very extraordinary way. And you start like a group of people just so the next generation of like business leaders, of doctors, of all that stuff can be in the same place talking to each other, giving each other advice so that we can springboard even higher. That's my pitch for it, bro. Was that a good pitch? I don't know.
I like it.
Maybe we start this, Iman.
Yeah.
Maybe we start this in the next year.
Oof.
Before we,
Yeah.
I don't know, gotta get our ethos up a little bit, but then
A little
make it
bit.
happen.
A little bit.
Just a little
Get
bit.
some more
Hey,
credibility
we have
there.
a Stanford. No, we can. Hey, fake it till you make it, man.
Exactly.
I forget we're recording sometimes, bro. It's like we start this and then someone goes and listens to this podcast on our first time talking about it, like what the heck, bro?
I know. Exactly.
Yeah, that's my pitch. I think it'd be cool. A little like cool kids hangout club. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm getting a little bumper sticker that says, it's just a black bumper sticker that says nothing because it's a secret society.
Okay, but like, what's the name? You still have to have a name for a secret society.
Ooh.
That's
The
really
wow
tough.
factors.
No. It has to be like. It has to like sound like
Prestigious.
it has to sound like really mysterious, or really rich. Like
Parmesan? I don't know.
Parmesan. Parmage.
Yeah, there
Maybe
you
just go
go.
with something like French. I don't know.
Yeah, French.
Just like some random French word.
Saffron? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oof.
No, literally you could just take like anything in English, like find the French version of it, and then that can be your thing. But yeah, that's my idea. I know like
it.
my friend, the boy Colby, he does this thing called like TKS, which is like kind of like that. It's like very similar, but it's like run by adults. I think teens need to run the entire thing, like head to toe. I'm dying still, dude. Do you hear my cough? Like trying to like escape?
No, I hear you going like. No, I'm like the same way. I don't want to annoy people when I cough, so I just like try to hold it in.
Iman, I need you to go like make a medical breakthrough and figure out what my cough is.
It's been 3 weeks.
2 weeks, I think, something like that.
You
It
gotta
hasn't gone
get
away.
that checked out.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, open up. Let me.
You should my cough job. Yeah, so that's my business idea. I wish Maseo was here, but his power literally went out. So maybe he needs to get a power generator business idea going or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Bro's
Kinda
heading to
funny if that
Hawaii.
was.
He's got no problems. He's chilling.
Okay.
I wish I was
Okay,
him
then.
right now. All right. That's the first episode, I think. Iman, anything else you wanted to talk about? Or are we good?
No, I loved it. Thank you for having me on. This was incredible.
What an app, bro. We need to get you back, dude. We just need to do guests more. Like more than half the time. It's just like me and Maseo. But having guests on is so much fun. It changes the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, Iman, before you
Yes.
go, I need to get your take on something, all right?
Okay.
You know the pod is called Teen Finance Pod?
Yeah.
Maseo and I have been talking, and we talked about this on the podcast a little bit. We're thinking about changing the name to Back of the Envelope, BOAT for short, because our whole thing is that we give like half-baked business ideas. What do you
Okay.
call those? Like back of the envelope business ideas, or like back of the envelope calculations. I think it
Okay.
fits the theme of the pod better, and then there isn't an expiration date on it for when we're not teenagers anymore. You know?
You know what? I like it. Yeah, I think
Yeah?
it's a unique name, and you
Like
know
teen-
what?
Like Teen
Yeah.
Finance is kind of buns. Like to be honest, like we thought it like it was always like you know what, you know how it started? It's because we had like Instagram theme pages, and this was the name of our
Oh.
business finance page, and we kept it. But like it's really good for search engine optimization, but besides that, it's buns. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
No, I think it's unique. You know, when people like think of it, they'll be like, huh, you know, back of
And-
the envelope.
Yeah,
You know what you're coming for when you click on the podcast.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm gonna get some nice content and some cool ideas.
but they're not expecting too much because it's back of the envelope. You know,
exactly. You're
it
predictable.
could happen
and
very
I think,
soon, dude. The name change is on the horizon. I'm feeling it.
Okay.
We keep talking about it, but maybe in the next couple weeks, maybe for like episode 40 or something, we'll like switch the name. It'll be a little bit exciting. Yeah. Regardless of if we change the name or not, we'll be back next week. Mark your calendars. This was Iman Moshari. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys. Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure. I know. I like her saying thank you guys, but Maseo like lagged out and died a second ago. It's just
but he was here in the beginning.
he was here in the
We
beginning.
hold him
he
in
did the
in
intro for us,
memory.
dude. In memory of Maseo. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Iman. We do a little thing where we like go, at the end, so you have to like cover your camera.
Okay, so I just.